Keane tilbake I Norge, og Tim Rice-Oxley tok seg tid til en åpenhjertig prat med VGTV før konserten. Hi, Tim Rice-Oxley, welcome to Norway.
Thank you, it's good to be here.
You've been here many times before, how many?
I don't know, must be, 6 or 7 I would think. Yeah, we've been here a few times. We've played in Oslo loads of times. We played at the Court Festival. I think it was one of the first festivals we ever did. Yeah, we've been very lucky.
How will you describe your Norwegian fans?
I don't know, everyone's been really good to us basically. We seem to be kind of ludicrously popular in Norway, so obviously there's some I'd like to think that means that Norwegian music fans have great taste in music.
The band has been through a difficult time with Tom in rehab. How is he doing now?
He's really good, thank you. Yeah, you know, obviously it's been a pretty horrendous few months, but we had a break and we came back on tour in the UK about a month ago, and that tour was just fantastic. It was really good. I think it was probably the best tour we've ever done, and Tom's definitely performing better than ever before, and he's much more energised, and the whole band is much more energised. And this European tour that we're on now has been even better, really, I think. So yeah, he's really good, and he seems much happier and healthier, and hopefully it'll continue that way.
You had to cancel all your shows in the US.
Yeah, that was a shame.
I've read that Elton John helped him. Is that true?
No, I don't. You know, British newspapers just kind of make stuff up sometimes. But no, I mean, we've met Elton a couple of times, but I don't think Tom's had any contact with him at all, sadly.
We also read that Liam Gallagher in Oasis, he said that posh boys can't do drugs, they're lightweights. How do you react to that?
I don't know, that's just kind of a bit moronic, really, isn't it? I don't think any of us really care, to be honest. We just, I don't know, I'd rather be a great band than sort of get involved in any of that nonsense.
You and Tom and Richard, you have been playing together since you were 12, and you have had some quarrels in the past. How is the friendship now?
It's good, yeah. I mean, you know, we're like brothers, really, so we have our ups and downs, but it's kind of better than ever, I would say, at the moment, just because we've had to kind of reassess, you know, what we're doing and who we are and why we're in a band together, and just trying to survive as a band, you know, has meant really kind of scrutinising our relationship, I guess. So yeah, things are really good, and you know, I don't think being in a band is ever going to be easy. So I'm sure, you know, we'll have more tough times, and I hope that we'll have more great times as well. But as long as we can keep making, you know, great music together, then I'll be happy.
What is the most important message that you want to spread with your music?
Well, I'm a great believer in music as a very powerful form of, I guess, communication, but also a way of making people change the way they live. I think that pop music means more to your average teenager than, you know, any kind of political speeches or anything, you know. When I was growing up, my life and my attitude to other people was shaped by the music that I loved, rather than by, you know, kind of crusty old man on TV. So, you know, I guess what I would hope for is that it makes people really think about who they are and what they want to be and how they can have a good effect on other people.
You sing a lot about heartache, and you write the songs. How is the love life to all of you? You are the only one who's married, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, the first album, Hopes and Fears, kind of mined a lot of experience particularly of mine, but probably of all of ours really, which, you know, involved a lot of heartache, I guess, you know. But, you know, I certainly for me, that side of my life is really fantastic at the moment. So, you know, the second album, Under the Iron Sea, is much more. It's a much broader album than that. You know, it's got lots of different themes, and it's probably a bit deeper, really, than just kind of love songs. So, you know, and I don't know. I guess we think about a lot of different things, and some of them are to do with, you know, women, and some of them are to do with each other, and some of them are to do with, you know, the world at large.
And Richard and Tom, do they have girlfriends?
Yeah.
Do you think that it will be difficult to combine the touring with family life in the future?
Yeah, I think it's always difficult, whoever you are, if you're in a band. But you know, it's been difficult ever since we started touring, and you just have to work hard. You know, it's the same with friendships with other people. You know, all my friends that I grew up with, it's tough to stay friends, because you know, you're suddenly living this completely different life, and you know, I kind of go to bed at about the same time that they get up to go to work. So it's you know, of course it's very difficult. It's notoriously difficult to have a family and also to be in a band, but you know, those are probably the two most important things in my life, and I'll try and make them work together.
I read also in the paper that before you became stars, you tested medicines for schizophrenia. Is that true, or is it just gossip?
No, I did that once. You know, I mean, we went for many years without having a record deal or anything like that. So you know, we did all sorts of kind of weird jobs to try and raise money for rehearsal rooms and all that kind of thing, to pay the rent. But yeah, I mean, I did lots of stupid jobs. But yeah, one of them I did like 2 days of testing some weird drugs, and I don't know, I got like £80 for it or something, which is not a huge amount of money. So, but you know, hopefully it did some good, you know, for someone, and didn't do me too much harm. You never know.
You have been helping Gwen Stefani on her upcoming album. Can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, that was really great, actually. It's all finished now. But yeah, Gwen was fantastic to work with. She's a really lovely person and very musical as well. But yeah, we actually wrote 3 songs together, and there's a song called Early Winter, which I think is the best of the 3, which is going to be on the album when that comes out. And yeah, I'm really proud of it. I think it's a great song, if I may say so. But you know, we wrote it together, and she sounds fantastic on it, and I'm really, really proud to have worked with her.
Which female pop star or rock star is your favorite?
Of the people who are around today, I think I would actually say Gwen. I think she's just a leader in the field. You know, I don't think anybody else kind of comes close. You know, there are lots of people who imitate her, and then, you know, and then she moves on all the time. You know, whether it's in No Doubt or as a solo artist. You know, the first album was just one of the great pop records of recent years, and I think the new one is possibly even better. I mean, certainly the first single, Wind It Up, is just, I just think it's one of the best pop songs ever, and it's streets ahead of anything else out there.
In October, you warmed up for U2 in New York in Madison Square Garden. How was that?
It was amazing. Yeah, it was great. You know, I mean, U2 were one of the first bands that I really kind of fell in love with, and they kind of inspired us to form a band, I think. So yeah, it was kind of surreal, to be honest. It was amazing, and you know, it was great. We managed to sort of hang out with them a bit, and they were very, very friendly and welcoming and very kind about us as musicians as well. You know, they said we were the best support band they'd ever had, I think, which is incredible. So, you know, I don't know, it's just great to meet people who have so much experience and are so talented, and to try and learn from them.
You don't use any guitars, but your newest album, it sounds like you use guitars. How is that?
Well, that's just me trying to change the sound of the piano, I guess. I just thought it would be cool to do something different with the piano rather than just having a nice kind of clean piano sound that, which is kind of what we became known for. And I just think it's good to keep moving and changing things. So, I wanted to do something where the piano sounded completely different, and it sounded like a completely different sound that had never been heard before, and nobody's ever done that. So I'm really, really proud of it, and I think we all are. And I think those sounds that are coming, they're all coming from the piano. Basically, the piano goes through lots of effects, pedals, just like you would with a guitar, I guess. I just experimented a lot and found some really kind of crazy and dark sounds.
It must be hard being on the road all the time. What is your biggest inspiration to keep going?
I just am kind of obsessed with making music, I think. I think all of us are. And I get very kind of frustrated and annoyed if I go for a few days without doing anything musical, like if I don't write any songs or I'm not playing a show or something, I start to get very kind of twitchy. So, it's just what I love doing. I feel like I was put on the earth to write songs and kind of make musical noise. So, that's what I love doing. I love, I don't really want days off. The only day off we've had recently, we all went into a studio in Stockholm and recorded a couple of songs, and we're doing the same tomorrow night in Berlin. So I don't know, that's what keeps me going, I guess, always having something new, some new songs or some new ideas. That's what I enjoy the most.
Have you picked up some inspiration in Norway?
Well, I think probably so in the past. I certainly find being in different places very inspiring. I don't think we've had a chance to record in Norway so far. We've recorded in a few places, but not in Norway yet. But I think it would be good to. I think Oslo is a beautiful city. But yeah, I'd like to see some of the countryside. It'd be good to find some big studio, like out in a forest somewhere. Probably be quite cold. Well, I'd certainly like to say thank you for, supporting us so much. I mean, of all the countries in the world, I think Norway is I think we're kind of more popular in Norway than almost anywhere else, which is amazing. And I guess, we've been coming here for a couple of years, ever since before the first album came out, and starting in a tiny club, and and just coming back, and people have kept coming back to see us and supporting us and making us feel good about coming here, and that's just an amazing thing. And the Hopes and Fears did so well. It was a platinum record and stuff, and it's just to have that kind of support so far from home is a really amazing thing. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.